We are the home of the NTSU Exec Elections. Fly FM.
There's 22,000 students at this university and you get to decide who makes up our student union exec next year.
It's a very exciting time with the new student union building being built on the city campus, so we caught up with the candidates. You say you want more returners events.
Yep.
What are you thinking about?
Well, they do go on at the moment, and I had a lot of people come to me, and I was a head rep at Norton Corner, I had a lot of people text me, oh, can we come to this event, can we come to that event? And I had to let them down, but you know, like Trent Army Night, I'd like to run an alternative one for returners as well, maybe at Ocean or whatever. I just feel like Freshers Week's the best week of everyone's life, and I just feel like if you can have it more than once, that'd be fantastic.
And you mentioned more non-drinking activities.
Yeah.
Have you got any ideas?
Like book club or like film night, dance classes, like salsa, like more traditional sort of dances, maybe ballroom salsa or something like that. Just something that like something other than clubbing, really.
Are those things not sort of already offered by society?
Yeah, they are. I just want to. Yeah, they definitely are. Like, there's a film club, and I think there is a book society as well. I just really want to expand on it. I want, you know, like not everybody's aware of it, but I'd like to make everybody aware. Okay, that, you know, there's a film society, and they go out. You know, just make it more viable, more accessible to everyone.
How do you plan on promoting it?
Like I say again, through like the greener communication. So it'll be like I want like an SU app on a phone, and that'll be like, oh, like they'll have like a film category, or like say through the videos and stuff like that.
How much interest do you think there'll be for your genre-specific nights? There was
Massive.
A rock night in 2011 and it wasn't massively popular.
Well, Salt gets 150 people every 2 weeks, so even if we just open one bar, but if you get Stealth sells out every other week, and they're sort of genre, not tied down to one genre, but they are all electronic. So I think, you know, Trent students do go there, and I think, yeah, there'll definitely be enough.
But how would you go about sort of getting feedback about what people want?
Surveys. I know they're boring, but that's, you know, that's the best way of doing it. And I know they are boring, but they're done for everything. And I just to say, okay, we've got a spare week this month, like a spare night this month. What, like, we want to put something on for you. What would you like to do?
And is there anything else you'd like to say about your campaign?
Please vote for me. TrentStudents.org/elections.
Okay, thank you very much.
Fly FM.
Can you expand on how you plan to utilise the new Students' Union building?
Okay, basically what I want to do is make sure that it's fulfilling everyone's criteria and what they expect from the new Students' Union. So we want to find out exactly what people want, what they expect and what they need, and put it on for them. For example, within entertainment, find out what they want to see there or do there. As well as this is provide it for sport and societies.
What do you mean by union sponsorship for sports and societies?
Okay, basically this is the fact that at the moment a lot of sports and societies are sponsored by other bars outside the union. Perhaps we can supply sponsorship where people use the SU first before they go to other bars and stuff. Not only can we provide financial help so they go on perhaps trips or afford equipment, but they can actually get further support other than money.
Have you thought about where the funds are going to come for that?
Yeah, this could be done through working with people like VP activities and stuff to raise money, as well as actually talking with VP sports to actually find out ways in which we can generate money for that.
And how do you plan to maximise the awareness of the union and the new exec? Okay,
basically I feel there is not enough emphasis on who the exec are, like during Freshers Week for example. I want to provide, say, leaflets and stuff who actually demonstrate who these people are on the exec, as well as introduce them as not just faces of the SU, but they can be people you can go up to and openly speak to.
How do you plan to increase communication with the SU and organisations outside of the SU?
Okay, basically this is, for example, bars and clubs, and we can communicate with them to find out exactly what students want and then pass it on. But also, why not demonstrate our successes that the university is doing and the Students' Union? So, activities, why don't we go to the media and demonstrate how this is happening outside of Nottingham Trent?
Okay, and can you elaborate on how you're going to make freshers, returners and refreshers bigger and better than ever?
Okay, basically there's a lot of surveys being carried out this year to find out exactly what people want to see across the university. For example, grad ball survey. We can take suggestions from the grad ball survey and put them towards, for example, freshers ball. So we're using that information that is actually from the students and putting it out there towards other events.
And is there anything else you'd like to add about your campaign?
basically, I really feel that I've got such a passion for it, and I feel like I've got what it takes to fulfil the position.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Fly FM.
Can you explain how your support platform will work in practice for live music?
Basically, it started already this year in my Clifton liaison role. DJs have come up to me and said that they would like experience at working in the student union to put on their resume, sort of thing. And I've basically channeled that through the necessary avenues and got them to play at different events and nights. And that will be something I'll look to implement in each of the 3 campuses next year.
You've mentioned you'd like halls coordinators to organise Saturday Antics. How would that differ from how Saturday Antics is run now? How would it benefit the day?
The main reason it would benefit is basically the publicity that the halls committees would get. That's something that was brought into practice this year, and it didn't really take off as the halls coordinator and the SU overall would have liked. So by the halls coordinator really implementing his own ideas and different publicity channels and stuff into the Saturday Antics, he'll be able to get his committees up and running a lot quicker, and freshers will be able to have a say in the SU from a much earlier.
How do you plan on promoting that?
Well, during the week, the halls coordinator would be able to obviously go around and say, I'm the person who's going to be running Saturday Antics, the big event at the end of the week, and he'll be able to offer people a chance to say why they'd be good for a certain role, yeah, that kind of thing.
In your What's What campaign, you mentioned using leaflets, social media and websites to let people know about the exec. Given how many leaflets students get given on the street every day, do you think that's really an effective way to get the message across? It
is one positive aspect, because people can basically go into the student unions on each of the 3 campuses and talk to the receptionist or whoever it might be, and it's something visible that they can see. Other methods that would use include the projector screens and the TVs that are located around that will be in the new Byron House and that are on the Brack and Clifton campuses. So that's another visual method, and they'd also be able to see it via Facebook and Twitter feeds, which would basically bulletin it as what's what, and then the necessary information would follow.
Okay, so anything else you'd like to add about your campaign?
Not really, just that I've already had 1 year basically in the role already, shadowing the current VP Services and Communications, so I feel like I'm the right man for the job.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Fly FM.
How and where do you plan on creating the student-led festival?
Okay, well, the venue is to be arranged in my head, but the actual plans themselves are, I know it's very realistic to do. Whatever campus it is decided to be held at, there'd be very good transport links for the other campuses, like trying to incorporate the tri-campus university sort of, the feeling that we have. But venue itself, it depends, also put a survey out there, see where people want it, see where people think it's best. And but I'm very big on having one big festival and incorporating all 3 campuses into that one festival.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by incentives for all, which you mentioned in your manifesto?
Incentives, I'm saying, obviously volunteers, the union thrives on them. We love students volunteering for us. By creating incentives, we're kind of, awards, skills award we do through the union, and services is supervising the skills award as well. So obviously by looking at that, we're like, no, it's looking at giving people awards, giving people more employability skills, while still helping out the union in everything that it does.
And what kind of extracurricular SU roles do you plan on introducing?
Okay, extracurricular SU roles, I mean, we've got the ENTS committee, but I want to push that further. I think it's not as big as it could be. I'm part of the ENTS committee at the moment, and we're doing a lot for graduation ball, but we're quite a small group of people, and I think starting early, getting more interest drummed up, and just generally being more enthusiastic about events that are being held throughout the year, will make the ENTS committee more popular, especially with the incentives that I plan to integrate. Yeah, thank you.
How are you going to improve on what's already available for students in terms of social media and communication through forums?
Yeah, I think in terms of social media, we're very reliant on that for communication through the union, and that's correct. It's a great source of communication. However, we need to create a page where SU, you know, like an SU exec page where it's very general. It's got all of our roles, you know, all of the exec members on there, and it's kind of a good place to kind of point of call for a student. And also the forums within the SU website. We should create more forums so students are able to chat between one another and then communicate their collective ideas to the exec.
Is there anything else you'd like to add about your campaign?
Basically just in terms of the alternative events that I said, are very close. I'm very passionate about them. The new SU, I think we should use the facilities to the best of, you know, do it justice, and also just generally alternative events to reflect the diversity, as I was saying before. But that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Fly FM.
You can vote for the candidates online at trentstudents.org/elections.
Voting opens on the 11th of March at 9 AM and closes on the 15th of March at 5 PM.
We'll be live with the results from Ocean on Saturday, the 16th of March.
Can't decide who to vote for? Go to flyfm.co.uk for candidate podcasts and videos to help you decide. Fly FM, the home of the NTSU Exec Elections.